Hi, friends. I'm coming on today. It's Thursday morning, coming on a little early, but I'm coming on with my paper pumpkin kit. I got it on Tuesday and did a little bit of playing yesterday before I got the grandkids and all that stuff that I was busy with. But this is a fun kit. It's a fun monthly subscription. You can get month to month. You can get it quarterly, 6 months, a year's worth. You can pause it. And if you're not interested, you can quit. It's easy. No big deal, but it's a fun kit. So I'm going to turn the camera down so I can show you. Let's get that going. So you get this box. I don't think I like it. I'm going to tilt this back a little bit. There we go. You get this box every month. You get directions. It shows you step by step what has dimensionals on it. So everything's included except for scissors. You get with your first kit, you get a block, and every month you'll get a little stamping block. You get adhesives that you need. This month we got some embellishments, we got glue dots, we got dimensionals. You get your stamp set. So this goes for spring, you can do Easter, whatever you want to do. It's easy. And if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you also can get the quarterly dies that go with that, which I get. So these were good for January, February, and March's kit. And so next month there'll be a new one. So we got enough to make 9 cards. These are the cards that they designed. Okay, isn't that cute? Very cute. So I did these just as they basically told us to. But then I like to go beyond. And if you add some cardstock, that's all you need. Just you can like double or triple your cards to do that. I cut like all the bases up in half, and you can even cut up the envelopes. I know on one of the envelopes I stamped the Easter eggs and then cut them out. So you can do that. I love to emboss, so I do that a lot. At this point, I have one base left. I've got these sheets left that I need to use. And I've got some other parts and pieces. So I've got parts and pieces. And that's just because I play. I'm just playing. So the first card we're going to do is I found some paper that I forgot that I had. It's like a shimmery white that Stampin' Up! Doesn't carry anymore. So I thought, okay, let's just try and use this up. But you could use just regular white. The color for the ink is Shy Shamrock. So if you did have that color, you probably could use that too. It's easy. So this card, I wanted to make something that I had the panels, equal panels on each side. So I got a piece of 4 1/4 by 11. I scored it at 2 3/8 and 5 1/2. So there's that card. And then I got a piece of the shimmery white. It is, I think, 4 by 4 1/4. Yep, 4 by 4 1/4 because I want that to go right there. I used one of the card base scraps. These are like 1 inch by 4. And I stamped the Easter eggs on, which they give you 2 different images. So I stamped that on the paper, and then I embossed it with, because I love embossing, Paradise Gardens. This is a part of a suite, and this is a hybrid embossing folder. A die actually fits in this, so it can partially die cut this out. But I love this, so I use this on several cards. You do not have to. You do you, or if you have a different embossing folder, give it a try. I mean, this is spring, so I'm thinking leaves and all that kind of stuff. But my idea, my thought was to do this like this. I think I've seen a card on Pinterest, and I've done one similar to this. So this fits right on this panel, so I'm going to put some liquid glue. Can you see the sparklies in this? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry that I never used this when it was actually a current product, because I have like a whole pack. So I'm going to put that on there. I just wanted this for like a little background, and I just wanted this to give me roughly a little over 1/2 inch on each side. Okay, so there's that. See how this is shimmery white and this is white, and can you see the difference? To me, it kind of almost looks like this is vanilla more, but yeah, there's that. I think I'm going to get a blending brush because I want to put, ooh, that's dark. That is very dark. So we're going to try and wipe some of that off. Just try and get that off. It's coming. Okay, so I'm using my big pad instead of my little block. Let's see how that goes. Okay, that's better. This paper to me seems more like it's Pool Party. Think it says there Balmy Blues in here, but I think it's Pool Party. So I did use some Pool Party cardstock, but you still can use just white. So I have that, and since I have Easter eggs, I want to have Easter. So I'm looking for my, oh, it's right here, right in front of me. Happy Easter. I do need Easter cards because I haven't started on those yet. So we'll stamp that. Now, I did die cut a bunch of, in Pretty in Pink scrap paper and Shy Shamrock. The dies, this is what the dies cut out. Cut these out so you can make your tulips. You know, you can layer them, right? Like that, I think is how that's supposed to go. It'll also die cut the word beautiful. I like that there's no little I straggler around. And it also gives you a tag. Okay, I think that's cool. I love that they have these add-on dies. See, I've got, here's some of the Easter eggs I cut. I stamped off the envelope, the printed part of the envelope. But I just cut a bunch of these in case. I think this was from another paper pumpkin. I die cut out of the envelope. Okay, so actually I want this. Now I have Stampin' Blends in those colors. So and this is dark, so I want to add just a little bit of color on the sides maybe. We'll do two, maybe we'll do 2 of these. I just cut a whole mess of these up to work with this kit. I really should probably buy 2 of these kits because I use up the majority of the kits just making alternates. But if you want blends, if you didn't know, Stampin' Blends come in pairs. They come in light and dark. This is the light. I want to see how this will go, if that will look good or not. And as it dries, it changes color. I'm just going to see how that goes. Now, I don't know if you like a choreographed type card, if that's your thing. But it's not really my thing, so that's why I like to make alternatives to see what I can do. Helps, I guess, with the creativity. So you got these mini dimensionals, okay, in the kit. I've used a lot already. So you would probably run out of these if you made a lot of alternates, but usually they give you more than enough supplies to make all the cards. Make the 9 cards anyway. But I like to make a lot more. So I hope somebody is able to come on live, but I know this is early. This is very early. So I'm going to put that like that. And I'm going to use a little bit of liquid glue. Put that right there. We're going to put that in the middle like that. There's one. Yeah, I might like that. So there that goes. So we could do like that. Yeah, I like that. I think that's a good idea. Since I haven't made this card up yet, I just started. We just never know where things are going to go. Where I'm going to go with something. So there's that. Or you could do more Easter eggs. Totally could do that. But I'm going to do just some flowers. Like that. And then we have our embellishments. Take your pick tool. These are really pretty. They're different colors. There. So there's that. And what am I going to put on the inside? What am I going to put? And if you do happen to watch the replay or come on live, I'd love if you said hi and let me know where you're coming from. You could also put something right here. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use Sweet Spring Greetings. Great sentiment, I think. That is just pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay. And I'm going to put some little Easter eggs on here. And then this one. Like that. There, that card is done. Easy peasy, right? Easy. Now the next card, I embossed one of the pieces of cardstock, okay? And did I do it with this? Yes, I did. I embossed this. I've got all the parts and pieces with it. This is a 5.5 by 8.5 base, scored at 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. Easy. But this is going to go this direction for orientation. I better cover this up or I'm going to get in trouble. Now, what I did is I took the die that comes with the add-on dies for this kit, and I die cut it like this, and then I aligned it down lower so I could make kind of half of a piece, and that is how I came up with this. So the first one didn't turn out as good, so I put the Easter eggs over it because the corners didn't look right. We improvise. I also used a piece that I think is 1 inch by 5 1/4 for a stopper. That's right here. So we will put these aside for the moment. I just want to get this nice and burnished. These are really easy cards. I'm just showing you how I'm putting them together. Easy, easy peasy. So this piece is, I think, 4 by 5 1/4. 4 by 5 1/4. Yep, 4 by 5 1/4 that I embossed with the Paradise Garden Hybrid Embossing Folder, which that's the only one I've used for this kit. And I'm just going to glue this on this bottom half. Okay. I'm going to put it all the way to the sides because it's a little bit smaller. And this is, I would say, use your basic white or vanilla for your extra cardstock if you want to make a lot of alternatives. But I think you could probably make everything just using your kit and just cutting everything up. Well, you'd have to have one. You'd have to have some bases. You would, to do all these alternatives. I'm lying. That's just not, not going to work. Now, is this right? This is right. Okay. Now I'm going to stamp grass. That comes in the stamp set, so I can have that on here. Let me move that out of the way. So I am going to, where's my grass? There's my grass. And how did I do it? I did it at the bottom, the very bottom. Okay. So that works. I'm surprised if anybody's up early. I had to take my grandkids. to school. They spend the night on Wednesdays, so there. Okay, so there's that. I'm gonna move that aside. This is going to go on dimensionals as well. So I'm sure I will use these all up. This is like a stopper for your easel card. That's what this is an easel card. An easel card. Seems like some inks, I mean, I think these are all the same in these regular pads, but I feel like red is definitely one that may take longer to dry. I don't know why, because I have stamped off and left red. I don't think that's quite right. Come on, let's try that again. Is that right? I think that's right. That's good. Okay. So I got that. That can stop right there. Cool. We're good. Now this is going to have an Easter greeting as well, because that's what I need. In the middle. I like that font. Nice, clean, and simple. And I need this to be on dimensionals. I'm going to use a lot of dimensionals, I think. And you know you can use all the sides, right? All that sticky goodness, you can use it all. Oop, that's stuck on my finger. Oh, that doesn't work good. Let's try this. Try my pokey tool. And try that. These just give dimension. And you can also double up on layering to add dimension too. There's that. And now I want to put on these. These are going to be glued down, and the flowers I'm going to pop up. I'm going to try these. I think I had 4 on there, so we're going to try and put 4 on the front. Okay. You can move them a little bit if you want them to have a little bit of a different angle. That's okay too. And this. But these are going to go on dimensionals. Where are the ones that I built? I built some. These aren't them. Where are the ones I built? What did I do with them? I'll close this. Looking for all my parts and pieces. Where did I put them? I do not see them. Well, we will just start from scratch, I guess. I'm just going to glue these on. No, I'm not even coloring them. 1. Let's see. So do you like to die cut or punch? Which do you prefer if you had a choice? Because sometimes they actually have choices in bundles. Sometimes they have that you can either choose a die for it or you can choose the punch. I think on their last catalog that ended last year, they had that option. Okay, so now we are going to put this on. I had to put the doggy gate up because my golden retriever was just, she wanted attention. Golden retrievers are very needy. They like a lot of attention. I don't know if you could have a dog that is like that. Well, hey, Susie Q. Yes, they are. I really like them. Some I've liked better than others. I really like this one. Have you started playing with your kit yet? I'm definitely I'll play with it and I want to get it done. And then I move on to the next thing. I don't spend a lot of time playing on it. I do the initial and then I'm ready for a new thing. So the next quarter, I'm ordering you a set. So don't order them because I'm going to get them for you. Okay, so there's that. And then we need our embellishments. And I just threw them somewhere. There they are. And wasn't this kit great because they don't always give you embellishments. And I really miss that. I'm going to put a couple of those Easter eggs on too, since I did fussy cut those. Oh, we want dimensionals. Do you have like these little backings everywhere where your desk is? I've got them everywhere. Okay, that is a cute card. I like that. Yeah, I mean, I'm really liking this. It is a nice card kit. I really like it. Now the next one is a little bit of a fun fold, and I used up a lot of paper trying to get this one all figured out, so I'd have the right measurements. Because I had a card, but I didn't have all the measurements. So this one is 4 1/4 by 11, and you're going to score it at 4 1/4 and 5 1/2. And then you're going to glue this panel down so that it's like a book fold. Okay, so we'll do that first. And all these pieces. And I embossed this. This is, I believe, 1 inch. Yeah, 1 inch by 4. And I cut the designer series paper to 3 3/4 by 3 1/2. This piece, 3 3/4 is this way, 3 1/2 is this way. And I wanted to cut it so that when I did the flap that it would be in the right direction. Okay. And then I have a piece of white that I think is 3 3/4 square. So I need to get my paper trimmer out so I can show you how I scored it. So I need to have this particular spot needs to be in the paper trimmer. I have so much over here. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. Okay, so I need this corner in the track and that corner in the track. So move that out of the way. Like that. And then you got your fold from this corner to that corner. Okay. Now I am going to fold this and burnish it. Like that. And this you want to burnish, and I'm going to glue it down. Now you could totally use a piece of white. You don't need to use balmy blue because it will work great too. I just had a lot of this, so that's why I used it. Okay. Parts and pieces. So I embossed this with the Paradise Garden. It's a 3D embossing folder. Love it, love it. I really feel like, I don't know if Pool Party is listed in this. I know the back of the directions and everything tells you the colors. Okay, and then we have these pieces, which we're going to glue on here. Now, you could do layers. You could do like an 1/8 of an inch bigger and do a layering. I think on my original card that I made for my template, that's what I did, but I wasn't going to add in more cardstock for you to have to need. So, do you ever use your envelopes, Susie? Your dimensionals, the backings go everywhere. Yep, that is very true. So I blocked Mia out of here because if I didn't, I know she would have them. She would have them on her. So there you go. That's that. Okay. This is going to go on the inside. You'll need a piece for a stopper, but I'm going to use a piece of this card base. See, here's some scrap. And I want to do Happy Easter. I did Hello Friend, and I want to do Happy Easter here in this Shy Shamrock. I'm going to do this down here at the bottom because I want to cut it so it's a small piece. I don't want it to be too big. Let's see if I can use my paper trimmer. What is this? Is that enough? I think that's enough. I think that works. Yes, it does. We are cooking with gas now. Let's cut this off too so we're nice and straight. Nice and straight. That will work. And that can go into the trash. Okay. So this I'm going to glue in here. This can be where you sign, but there's not going to be a lot of room, so it'll be just like Love Susie. That's all that you'll probably be able to fit on here, or you could write maybe on this panel. You can make this bigger. I think mine's 3 3/4 square, I think. Okay. Now I want to look, because I want to have this where I want the stopper. Okay. So we'll put some dimensionals on. And yeah, they are thinner. I mean, I use them, for whatever. I mean, I have no problem using them for like a white layer. Yeah, that fits. That's how you figure that one out. Now you could put something, this sign up here. What did I do on mine? Oh, I put like all the Easter eggs on there. Let's see. Next, we are going, where's the tag? Did I put a tag in here? Did I? Because I don't see it. Let's see if I have one. Thought I had one in here with the kit. I'm looking through my box of stuff. I should have one. Yes, I do. I have one. I have a tag left. Yay. Okay. I love these sentiments that they have in here. They are great spring sentiments. So, hello, friend. Easter eggs. Hello, friends, right here. Hello, friend. More dimensionals. See, I'm using so many. And I think even in the directions they used a lot. I thought, well, that's not really good. I mean, you can't put dimensionals on everything if you want it to go through the mail, right? I mean, you can't have layer upon layer of dimensionals. So this I want to go like kind of in the corner right here. And then we need some flowers. I know I put some out, but I don't know what I did with them, of course. Of course. Where did I put them? They give you a bunch of flowers in this, so we are going to take a little one, oops, and a big one. There's that. And so we're going to put that here with dimensionals, of course. Like that. And then one for that one. I'm kind of wishing they had a flower stamp, but I'm sure one of the other ones for this the spring stuff, they might have them, so I'm going to have to look. And then I want embellishments. And I think I'm going to put some ribbon on this one. Putting it in the center of the flower. That's good. There's that. Here's your little, they give you this roll of pink twine. And I'm going to make a little bow. Susie, do you have ribbon scissors? Okay, let's make this smaller. I do bunny ears for my bows. Okay, and they gave you glue dots. Put that right there. I'm going to put that right there. Take that off ever so carefully. Put this right here, and I use clearly way too much. Clearly, because there's gobs. There's that. So there's that card. I think that's cute. Very cute. Okay, so that one's done. See, these are just going fast. We are cooking with gas. I don't know what I did with... I'm looking. I was going to show you. Yeah, this is the pink side of my envelope. Pink side. Cut all those Easter eggs out. Yep. And then you can use the white part to stamp on. Move these away. Next card, we'll move that away. I guess I'm running out of time, so I didn't have as many alternatives that I usually do. This, I think this is Pool Party. I took a base of Pool Party. I cut up the pieces for the greenish color card. This one. I took this, I cut this in half, and then cut this down to, I think, 4 inches, and then I cut 1-inch pieces. That's what I did with that piece, with one of those pieces. And then I glued it on and embossed it. Then I took the square that goes on the card with these, stamped on that, which I got that right there. See, here's my pieces. So I need to figure out how I'm going to do this. I could put them in order, which would be fine. I think you can only really fit 4 on here at the measurements that I did. And I like to generally start from one side to the other. I got hair somewhere there. Do I get it? Dark hair. I don't know where that came from. Could be Natalie. So we're going to bring this. Oh, I didn't cut these as small. They're longer. Okay. That didn't go according to plan, but that's okay. So these are, how long are these? These are 4. So I think those ones must have been maybe 3 3/4. Hard telling. Hard telling. So we're going to put this like this, hopefully. Susie, do you watch The Lincoln Lawyer? I think it's on Netflix. Before I lay it down, I want to make sure I give enough space, the appropriate space. Okay. See, to me, this like this doesn't do too much for me. Okay. Oh man, the 3rd season is out. It's like, and I read the book that's about this season. And it's like, oh my gosh, they're doing pretty good following it. They are doing pretty good. Usually I don't like watching a series that's based on a book that I've read because, I'm usually always disappointed in it. So I'm just putting this in this way. Normally you can only you're supposed to feed an embossing folder in with the fold going into the machine first, but I have to do it this way, which it will work. It will be fine. Excuse me. Whoa. Let me get my plates out. I need my embossing plate. And this will be fine, but I have to tell you, when you do it wrong, it can break it, because I had one break from one of my classes when somebody put it in the wrong way. It broke it. So I'm just going to crank that through. There's that. Okay. I got a sticker on me. Put that back. And then we have, voila. Doesn't that look cool? Oh my gosh, I love that. I just love that. Let's move that down again. I love how that looks. These leaves are awesome. Awesome. Okay. I'm going to move this out of the way, and we need to stamp this. Oh, there's some more of my Easter eggs. I'm going to do these mostly all Easter, since I need Easter cards, right? I can't remember the guy's name who's the actor who plays the lawyer, but I like him. I love how they are kind of like a family unit. He has 2 ex-wives. His co-counsel now is his ex-wife, who was his office administrator. So that is going to go there, but I need to do my Easter eggs. Need to do those. No, it broke. There were 2 problems. One, she turned, as you use your your cutting plates, over time they start bowing. It's very hard to knot. Even if you rotate that bottom plate, they are still going to bow, right? It's still got a little bow. Well, she number one, She tried to use these plates, okay, and she put it in the wrong way. So she put it in this way going in, and it just cracked. It just cracked she put it in the other way so that the fold was on the outside, the long way. You know, your plates are going in like this, and this is going in first, and the fold should be on this side. She had the fold on this side, plus she had this plate bowed. So it was like two different things that totally messed up that embossing folder. Totally messed it up. So it's still usable. It didn't crack all the way through. But yeah, I wasn't very happy about that. But that happens. And does this one have any ink on it enough? There. Okay, that worked. So yeah, it was like a double whammy thing, and it just, yeah, it just cracked. Like I said, I can still use it. I put tape on it because I didn't have anything else. And we need the dimensionals. Now see, I've used all, oh, I got two left. Two left. Let's see. Now I need to get my crappy scissors. We don't use good scissors on this stuff. Now I'll put bigger pieces on here. Yes, so that is important. It was like my folder that's kind of like a basket weave. It's been gone out of the catalog and stuff for a long time. But it's a neat folder. Okay, ooh, that fits almost perfectly like that. Happy Easter. Does that work? Is that straight? I think that's straight. I think that's straight. Whew. Okay, now I just wanted to use some greenery. Man, why didn't I put all this stuff in here? I thought I did. I thought I did. Let me look for some greenery. Oh, there's greenery down there. They probably just fell out. I'm getting them. These are the punch outs. Usually always get plenty of those. So I need two. Man, I want some smaller ones. This one. Which side goes in? So I want it on that side more. So that goes like that. And this is going to go like this. So we'll cut a little one. Oh yeah, it just, you know, you learn. You learn as you go. So it needs to be on this side. I was disappointed too. Okay, there's that. Oh, and I cracked. No, I have never, I don't think I've ever put like a plate upside down. I need to cut some white. I forgot. I need some white. 4 by 5 1/4 to go on the inside. 4, 5, 5 1/4. Yeah, it's very disappointing when we mess up our stuff. And because this is more of a teal, let's see how my teal brush is doing. Is that enough? Yeah, I think it's got a little bit of pretty peacock in it. That's okay. Just want to get a little bit extra. There's that. And we want the nice one. Oh yeah. Well, before when I got my Sizzix die cut emboss machine, it's completely different. Completely different than Stampin' Up's. Completely different. Okay, so this can go in here like this. And that one is done. Okay. It is a learning process. It's always great when we all learn stuff. Find out stuff we didn't know before. Okay, so there's that one. Just simply embossed. I love it. And do I have one more? I think I have one more. One more that I haven't made yet. This is part of one of the card bases. Haven't made this one yet. I was just playing with this before I went live, and I thought, well, we're going to give this a shot. So this is one of the pieces. And I am just going to take it. This is 4 1/4 by 11, I believe. I didn't put a note. I think it's 2 3/4. 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. Okay, to make this fold. Okay, and I'm gonna adhere this on there. This is one of the pieces that you get. You get 3 of these. And I am going to glue on here. Just trying not to get it to the edges. Push that way so I can get the glue down farther. Is that good? Is that good? I think that's good. Because I think it was designed to go this way. Where is the card that this used? Aha. This is how it was designed to be. Was a layer for this whole thing, which I am using that. I am using that. This. So it's for that. I thought, well, let's do a little bit different orientation, right? So I'm just going to cut a bunch of these because I want to pop this up. Because I'm going to stick that bunny in there. A lot of times with the kits, don't you notice though, they usually have the front and the back is all designed to paper, DSP. This one, it wasn't. It was just the front that's designed. So when it's like that, it makes it a lot easier to make more alternatives. Okay. So we'll take these off. Okay. Now this is going to go right here. I like that. I like that. And we can put one of the bunnies on here. You can go like right that. I think I'm going to pop him up. Oop. Just at the bottom, I'm going to let the ears go out of the card itself. Okay, just those. That's enough. That is enough. You know this coordinates with that Easter Joy suite, Susie. Okay, like that. Now, yeah, that's going to go like that. Easter, Easter, Easter. Okay, there it is. Now you can do your Hello Friend on all of these if you don't want to use Easter for these cards. You can change them and make it your own. What I like about these, though, is, I mean, you can continue to use these on other cards. I'm going to put dimensionals on the these two corners. I don't want those really ginormous ones. I'm going to put it like right there and right there. Okay. Do you try and do different kind of cards than what they prescribe in the kit, Susie? Yep, they can be used in so many cards. See, I want to do like he's holding it up. That's what I want to do. I hope that's right. Yeah, that is right. Okay, we are good. We are good. Okay, and then I'll add these embellishments. I love it when they add embellishments. I do love it. Okay, so this side can be our sweet spring greetings. There's that. And I think I'm going to put a flower with some leaves right here. Put that in there. And if you had more paper, you could totally put more stuff over here if you wanted to. We need to put the middle. You don't have to put the middle in, but I'm gonna, because then I'll just have all these pieces left over if I don't. If I don't put them, I'm gonna have too much stuff left over. So there's that. And I think we are done. So what do you think? You gonna try some alternatives, Susie Q? So we got this card, made that one, didn't emboss that last one. We've got this. We have this one with the easel. And we have this one. So there we go. We made some cards today. So I'll be sharing this on my Facebook page, AK Gal Stamps. And if you make some alternatives or make a card, I'd love it if you shared it on there. Yeah. I like to switch things up. I like to explore alternatives, you know. There's more than one way. So thanks so much for stopping by. Thank you, Susie, for commenting. I appreciate it, friend. And I will see you all tonight. I'll be on at 7 p.m. and with a neat technique card. I did a little reel on it, but I'm going to do more in depth and show some different stuff. So I will see you hopefully tonight. Have a good one. Bye.